in Telangana State much faster. Having seen this development, especially the urban development, which is inexorably linked to industries and information technology, it was kept on the able shoulders of our KTR Garu and his vision. He diligently planned the urban rejuvenation and infrastructure and policy framework through various initiatives, creating a favorable climate for setting up of industries. Sri Jayesh Ranjan Garu, Principal Secretary, is able and exemplary skills in giving shape to these policies, enabling investors to make a Telangana state a favorable destination. MAL, which is Hyderabad-based multi-sectoral conglomerate, has acquired Drillmec and Petroven, the two companies involved in oil and gas exploration, from Italian group Trevi in 2020. Mr. Trevisani is coming from that group. He is ably explained what is the capabilities of the group and how it is mixing into our energy profile. Being a global manufacturer, Drillmec has delivered over 600 rigs and their technology they have. Now Mr. Simone has explained, with over 600 rigs populated already and with an order book of over 1 billion, it was poised to be taking to the next step of drilling. As of now, most of the drill rigs are manual based, especially in third world countries and developing countries, and all of them are shifting over to the automated rigging base, where Drillmec has an exemplary record and a technology to prove. They are already supplied over 600 to 40 companies, including Total, ONGC, BP, all the oil majors use them. This order book of 1 billion to meet the demand, and with the increasing demand from the oil sector, we are poised to compete for the competitive market segment. For that, having been led by our MAL group, we are looking for a setting up of facility, manufacturing facility at an appropriate and suitable location. Most of the orders, we are having a global order base. Though we have to set up it in Telangana, we have to meet the global order base, mostly in the Middle East, Latin America, which is our core market for Drillmec, along with ONGC in India. The global supply chain disruptions due to COVID has further necessitated the urgency of creating the facility earliest. To make this a reality, we require the unfettered support of government of Telangana in creating business-friendly environment and appropriate incentive regime in fundamental requirements. The promoter of the group is able to convince the Drillmec to opt for Telangana, and we thank Mr. Simone for accepting this and coming up with a proposal quickly, considering the dynamic and proactive leadership of administration here. Today marks the first step towards creating this manufacturing facility, which is going to be a global hub, not only for supply to the local market, but to all the markets where Drillmec has its line of orders. Hyderabad will take pride a place in the form of global rig manufacturing hub in the very near future. The facility will not only create a direct employment of over 2,500 people, will also enable ancillary units to scale up their technologies and manufacturing processes to match global standards. We request Telangana government to handhold us as we plan to roll out the first product within the next 9 months and the full facility to be completed within 18 months. The training facility will also complement the skill development initiative of the government of Telangana. The skill development here is especially important because these automated rigs require very skilled manpower. If you see a ITI electrician with 20-25 years of experience in the industrial field, he can draw 30,000 to 40,000 rupees. Same for person working in an oil rig, they will do exactly earn about 6 to 7 times that target. So our initiative in skill development will fall in line with the target of government of Telangana. This initiative will greatly help in building a manpower base for the future oil technology rig business. We thank Honorable KCR Garu, Honorable KTR Garu and Government of Telangana for inviting us to set up the shop. We will set up the shop at least, sir. Once we get the land and other facilities, we are planning to target this the production rollout under 9 months. Our first product we have already, as I explained, over 1 billion order backlog is there to be fulfilled under next 24 months. So we have to start today to see that our targets are achieved at the earliest. We thank you very much.
Mr. Trevisani, would you like to give the closing comments, please?
Thanks a lot for going back and forward. Just last picture, but not less important. The group is investing in the new technology also for the what we consider renewable energies related to hydrogen. So it's already started the route because we invested in IP, intellectual property, for transforming the hydrogen from gas methane, and on the electrolyzers technology. This is an example of a distributor, a modern distributor, that will be built in Italy as a first case, but the technology will be transferred to India. So once again, our main route is advanced technologies. We are in the conventional rigs or we are in the new renewable energies. Always our target is to give the most advanced and efficient technology. And this is another example. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Trevisani, for letting us know what Drillmec is building and innovating across the world. And thank you, Mr. Reddy, for telling us what Drillmec will be doing here in Telangana. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to sign the Memorandum of Understanding. May I request our Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce and Information Technology, Sri Jayesh Ranjanji, and Mr. Simon Trevisani to please join and exchange the Memorandum of Understanding in presence of our Honorable Minister, Shri KTR Garu, and also Vice Chairman and Managing Director of TSIIC, Shri E.V. Narasimha Reddy Garu, and also the CEO of Drillmec International Private Limited, Shri B. Uma Maheshwar Reddy Garu. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for the future jobs, the future investment, and the growth of Telangana. Come on, I want those claps to be coming in. This is history in making. This is jobs. As Mr. Reddy told, 2,500 jobs. And more than $200 million of investment here in Telangana. Round of applause, everyone. Come on. Thank you so much. May I request all of you to please be seated. Thank you. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you, and please be seated. Well, ladies and gentlemen, sitting at one place talking about development industries is easy, but to actually bring them needs laser-like focus and commitment. Your tweets, your actions, and the results which we are seeing, sir, speaks volumes about your commitment towards the industrial progress of the state of Telangana. Now, may I request the Honorable Minister for Municipal Administration, Urban Development, Industries and Commerce and Information Technology of Telangana, Shri K.T. Rama Rao Garu, to speak a few words. Thank you.
Thank you. A very good morning to all of you. Firstly, I'd like to welcome Mr. Simone Trevisani, of the Drillmec SpA Italy. Thank you for choosing Telangana. Thank you for coming over all the way. I know it's a tough time to travel. Thank you, Simone, for taking the time out and coming all the way to India and coming all the way to Hyderabad and Telangana. Thank you to Umameshwar Reddy Garu. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for making this happen in Telangana. I know the company has had received offers from multiple states and multiple countries, but I'm delighted that you chose Hyderabad. I'm delighted that you chose Telangana to set up your operations. Jayesh Ranjan Garu and to Narasimha Reddy Garu, please continue to do the good work that you've been doing for the last 7.5 years in making Telangana one of the most industrialized states in the country. And to all the distinguished guests as well, I welcome you all. It's a great occasion for us because of a couple of reasons. One, this is a company that is basically an onshore and offshore rig manufacturing company, oil rig manufacturing company. Now, as you all know, Telangana is a landlocked state. We do not have a coastal line. We do not have a coastline. We do not really have a lot of oil and gas reserves. Nothing has been discovered yet. So therefore, we are actually not a captive customer per se for Drillmec. We're not really, there are not many customers in Telangana as such for a company like Drillmec. But the fact that they've chosen, after Italy, after US, after Belarus, to set up shop to set their unit in India, and among Indian states, even though they have had number of offers, number of invitations, the fact that they've chosen Hyderabad and Telangana is a telling comment on the ability and on the able governance, being rendered in the state of Telangana under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri KTR Garu. In the last 7.5 years, under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, not only have we been able to come out with some really pioneering policies like TS iPass, which continue to set, new benchmarks for the industry, which continues to raise bar for the other states and other governments across the country, which also continues to ensure that Telangana remain on top on the ease of doing business rankings, rankings given by Government of India and World Bank together. I'm very proud and pleased to welcome Drillmec, because they are going to invest, as was pointed out, about $200 million into setting up this unit. It will be a manufacturing unit, as Simone has explained. It will also have a research and development center. And they're also looking to establish a high technology, new age, tech center, which will work on hydrogen and other emerging technologies. I welcome them, and I am also told that this center will possibly give gainful employment to nearly 2,500 youngsters, and I hope, and I'm confident that with Umameshwar Reddy Garu and Simone and the entire team, leading from the front, majority of these, 80 to 90% of these employees, will be from the local area, from Telangana. Our local youngsters would get gainful employment. Now, as was also pointed out, they already have $1 billion order pending, so they want to start ASAP. I assure them from the government side that we will hand over land, and we will also ensure that you receive some fiscal incentives to make manufacturing in Telangana, to make manufacturing in India very, very attractive. In fact, one of the things I'm very proud of, Hyderabad and Telangana initially, in fact, we did not have many large, pure play manufacturing companies. But in the last 7.5 years, we've been able to attract many manufacturing companies. And I request, Simone, to possibly also look at bringing in your entire ecosystem of suppliers, of vendors, so that you can actually have them all around you, so that it becomes that much more easier for you to, achieve scale and achieve also efficiency. Now, the one thing I would like to point out to my friends from media is that while Telangana has been growing, and while Telangana has made a name for itself as one of the most proactive, industry-friendly states in the country, unfortunately, we have not received the support that a state like Telangana ought to get from Government of India. We've been promised special incentives for industrialization, to encourage industrialization, to encourage more employment creation as part of the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 7.5 years ago. Now, tomorrow, Government of India is set to present its next budget. I think this will be the 8th budget after the formation of Telangana. And we continue to wait, in spite of our numerous pleas, in spite of our numerous requests, we continue to wait on the delivery of the promise made to the people of Telangana and also Andhra Pradesh. Both states were made a promise that we would be getting special industrial incentives. None of that has materialized. In spite of that, of course, Telangana continues to grow. The other thing I also wanted to point out, we have been appealing to Government of India that, it can't just be good sloganeering, just making a slogan, coming out with a slogan like Make in India won't just make it happen. You'll also have to back it with some reforms, with some solid policies, and with infrastructure creation. As part of the vision of our Honorable Chief Minister, we are launching, in fact, we've launched India's largest textile park in Warangal, called as the Kakatiya Mega Textile Park. And we are also set to launch Hyderabad Pharma City, which will be the world's largest pharma cluster. With these two large manufacturing, destinations and manufacturing activities, which will create a lot of employment, we have sought support from Government of India. Unfortunately, we have not received much response, much encouragement. Likewise, we've also sought creation of new industrial corridors. 6 new industrial corridors have been requested by our Honorable Chief Minister, the Government of India, on several occasions in the last 7.5, 8 years. Unfortunately, even that has not materialized. I hope and I pray that when the government presents its budget tomorrow, because Honorable Prime Minister, keeps espousing the Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas mantra. He says, Team India, we have to carry every state along. But a progressive state like Telangana, which is the 4th largest contributor to Indian economy, if you continue to ignore us, if you continue to, overlook us just because of our ideological and political differences, it would be a great travesty, it would be a great tragedy, in terms of promoting industrialization in the country, in terms of creating more employment, in terms of your whole Make in India campaign, in terms of your whole self-reliant Atmanirbhar Bharat. So my humble appeal to the Honorable Prime Minister, to Honorable Finance Minister, is to please keep your promises, to keep the promises that you've made to the people of this country, to the people of Telangana, to the people of Andhra Pradesh, and to ensure that our children get more and more jobs by way of these, activities that can be promoted and propagated more effectively by progressive states like Telangana. So once again, I thank Drillmec, and I will also assure you, after having said that, I will also assure you, whether or not we receive support from Government of India, we will continue to grow, we will continue to do well, and we'll continue to push the envelope. At the same time, we'll also continue to raise our voice for justice. We'll continue to raise our voice to demand what is rightfully ours. So once again, I thank you very much, Simone and the entire team of Drillmec, and to the entire team of Mega Engineering who's here. Thank you for bringing this investment to Telangana. Thank you for choosing us. I look forward to you growing and partnering with you as part of this journey. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you so much, sir. The last line which you said, we will continue to grow, speaks a lot about your commitment towards industrial progress. Last but not the least, may I request Sri Umberto Lavesi, Head of Projects, Drillmec, to please come on stage and deliver his vote of thanks.
Good morning. Drillmec thanks all our honorable guests who assembled here on this grand occasion of its global arm, Drillmec SpA, signing an MoU with the government of Telangana. Outstanding results can be achieved through the union between Indian and Italian cultures. The goal of Drillmec is bringing and developing, also in India, the highest technologies in the field of oil and gas drilling and energy, always targeting the maximum safety, efficiency, and productivity. May I take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, Shri K. Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, for his vision and providing us an opportunity to establish a manufacturing unit in Hyderabad. I thank the Honorable Shri K.T. Ramarao Garu for creating an investor-friendly environment in the state and encouraging industries to set up units. I thank him for sparing his valuable time in gracing the occasion personally and extending his support. I thank Shri Jayesh Ranjan, IAS Principal Secretary Industries and IT, for facilitating this massive activity, which soon will take shape and become a thing of pride for the state of Telangana. May I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to Sri E.V. Narasimha Reddy Garu, Managing Director, Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, for leading the initiative from the forefront. I thank Sri Simone Trevisani, CEO of Drillmec SpA, and Sri Umameshwar Reddy Garu, CEO for the upcoming manufacturing hub, Drillmec International, for taking time to deliver their presentations and providing necessary insights. Last but not least, I thank all the learned friends from the media for their interest in their enthusiastic participation in the MoU signing event. Questions will be taken from the media after the honorable guests leave. Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for being a part of this event. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.